am pagan, and I'm proud. I am pagan, gonna shout it loud. I am pagan, want the world to know that I follow the God.
Hey there, boys and girls, Lady Silver Vixen here. As you can see, I am actually robed for this episode. One of the things that I wanted to actually talk about for this episode is ritual garments. Even though a lot of you have seen the pictures of me in my cloak, a couple of you have seen these actual robes that I have on now. Ritual garments are used to actually really focus and get your attention into the magical mood. These particular robes get very warm very quickly. These I try to limit to spring, fall, and winter. Very earthy, as you can see, Celtic style. They're very nice robes, very warm. Cloaks are the same way, depending on the type of cloak, how thick the material is, things of that nature, is going to really depend on when you actually use it. Now, are these things mandatory? Of course not. You're more than welcome to hang out in street clothes. However, if you actually do go the route of working in a coven, some will actually require you to have robes of some sort. I know with the Corellian tradition, usually they have to be solid white, because they also, this is for outer court, mind you. The robes have to be white because you wear a green stole. Now, as you can tell, I'm actually an outer court member, if you guys haven't seen that movie, or video rather, of me doing the outer court ritual. I actually am an outer court member with the Corellian tradition. I am solitary practitioner, but I do help out whenever I possibly can. Some of the other things too, most of the time stoles usually aren't blank. I just have been rather lazy and have not put on my patches. These here are the different patches. This here and this one here. One's for the Corellian tradition in general, the other one's for the outer court. I'm just too lazy and haven't really had a whole lot of time to put them on my stole. Like I was saying though, with ritual garments, it's all about getting you into the magical mood. Some of the other things that we've talked about in previous videos too are the altar, as well as the different tools and things that are incorporated as well. As you can see there, that's for later videos. I have it already set up and ready to go for a few different, couple of different videos that I'm going to do. One of the other things that I wanted to introduce you to as well is my staff that I have. This is actually a very nice staff. This was given to me by a friend from Pagan Pride Day. I actually did not make this staff, as I said. The thing that I did add to it, though, is, as you can see, I have feathers on the one side, and I have a big white fluffy foxtail on the other side. This is not real, it is fake. I am highly against the abuse of animals for things like this. Ritual garments aren't just limited to physical clothing. As you can see here in my hair, I have what's called a woodland hair thong in. Even though that's kind of a Native American thing, I am eclectic and I do incorporate a lot of different things into my practices. So you have those kinds of things. Many of you have seen previous videos of mine where I actually have a headpiece on. Those are usually for the women who are usually priestesses of some sort, whether it be an acting high priestess or the high priestess herself. It also depends on the coven that you're in as well, so don't forget about that. One of the other things too that are incorporated that I forgot to mention before that go along with ritual robes are the cords. Now, depending on what degree you are, whether it be first, second, or third degree, is going to depend on the color of cord. I'm I personally like the color white, and each degree has a different color. White and silver usually are the colors that I usually work with. Depending on the tradition is going to depend on the color. I know there's several traditions out there who use white cords around their robes for the first degree as their initiates, and silver cords for the high priestess. If you guys are ever interested in looking into covens, that's something that you'll find out during your studies for them. So don't worry about that. This here is just a standard cord. As you can see, there's no frilly things at the end. Again, I was kind of lazy. I do have the little frilly things at the end. I just don't really like them too much. They get in the way. And I'm all about being loose and free-flowing. As you can see, my robes are very loose. I try to keep them as loose as possible, but they're tight up against my body. I try to keep things close but loose, especially when you get to working around candles and things. You don't want, things like this hanging down in front of you, which, as you can see, when I stick my hand out, my robe doesn't go down over my hand. Even when I drop it, you can still see my hand is free moving and the actual cuff doesn't get in the way. When it comes to choosing your robes, that's one thing that you have to really keep in mind. With my particular robes, mine came with a black belt, which you can see. It's very fun. If you guys actually have any more questions concerning the different kinds of robes and things like that, please feel free to ask questions. That's really all I can really tell you about when it comes to the ritual garments. Everything is really based on being free-flowing and allowing your energy to move and being in the mood for magic. You can wear street clothes, you can wear robes like I'm wearing, you can wear cloaks, you can be naked and go skyclad if you feel that's necessary. Make sure though, if you're working in a coven, that it's okay. You really need to know that kind of information. Some people won't be comfortable seeing, big girls running around naked and old gentlemen running around naked. Even though it's not really a sexual thing, it's really a spiritual thing. We're born naked. We come into the world naked. That's how, we celebrate our rights, some of us. That counts as ritual garb, though. Jewelry is another thing, like I was mentioning with the headpieces, necklaces, rings, bracelets, armbands, things of that nature. But anyway, I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I know I kind of rambled a little bit, but there's so much information that comes with choosing the proper ritual garb versus running around in street clothes. Personally, I only use ritual garb on the real big, the holidays, for like Samhain and Beltane. Occasionally I'll wear garments for. For the SBATs or the full moons, I usually just stick to street clothes as much as possible. Because I feel more connected when I'm comfortable. And street clothes, I'm comfortable. These are comfortable too, just they get hot very quickly and then you become uncomfortable very quickly. So anyway, guys, this is Lady Silver Vixen. Thanks for joining us for this episode on Ritual Garb. Namaste and be blessed.